Republicans in Congress are preparing to work through the weekend on a President Trump's big, beautiful bill. The Senate has made some drastic changes from the first version Republicans already passed. But Colorado Congressman Gabe Evans is already taking a victory lap. Marshall put his claims through the truth test.
Congressman Gabe Evans just voted for working family tax cuts.
Well, it depends on how you define working families.
That mean higher wages and lower taxes for working families.
Not exactly. Higher wages is a hopeful part of President Trump's big, beautiful bill. The bill does not require your employer to give you a raise. The claim is that any policy changes could free up money for employers to pay employees more. As for the lower taxes, yes, all income levels would see a federal tax decrease except for someone earning less than $15,000 a year. As for overall income, analysis by the Congressional Budget Office, which crunches numbers for Congress, it found the House version of the bill would mean lower incomes for the lowest income households. For those households making less than an average of $76,000, they would have hundreds fewer dollars a year because of changes to Medicaid and SNAP food benefits.
Evans voted to cut taxes 15%, giving working families $10,000 more every year.
Get the yoga mat out. This is a stretch. The tax cut percentage depends on your income level, and the $10,000 more every year claim likely overstates the dollar amount. The number essentially comes from the White House and is a high-end prediction. A normally conservative group called the Committee for a Responsible Federal Budget says that claim is based on, quote, fantasy growth assumptions. Could this bill increase incomes? Yes. $10,000 more every year? That's overstated.
No tax on tips and no tax on overtime.
This is true, though the Senate version puts a cap on how much in tips and overtime can be deducted for tax purposes.
And by ending free health care benefits for illegals, Evans will expand health savings accounts for Americans.
No, one has nothing to do with the other. Colorado is one of 13 states that expanded Medicaid to cover pregnant women and children who otherwise would not have coverage because of their immigration status. The House bill would punish Colorado and those 13 states by reducing Medicaid reimbursement. The other part of the claim about expanding how much you can deposit in your health savings account, that has nothing to do with the threat of reducing Medicaid payments to Colorado.
Thank you for everybody reaching out about the Gabe Evans ad. It is not a Gabe Evans specific ad. Look here on the right. Nearly identical looking ad airing nationwide with Trump as the main character, not Evans, but with the same claims being made. So this is from a pro-Trump group trying to promote members of Congress that I think they would like to see reelected.
And that's important to point out, Marshall, because there's a difference in the rules around a hey, vote for this candidate versus like, hey, look, they're doing a good job. You should tell them so.
You notice, yeah, it doesn't say vote for this candidate because it's not a candidate ad. It is a, I think it's called a non-issue candidate ad, which is slightly different, but it's hey, call this number and let them know that you're happy with him, which I'm sure some people will use that number and tell him the opposite. But the rules are slightly different with, hey, this is just, let's tout what he's doing versus the rules that apply if it's a vote or yes or no for this candidate.
I mean, it might not be a candidate ad, but House members, aren't they always kind of running? The shorter those terms are, I mean.
and if you're watching it and you're emailing us, you don't know the difference, and all that matters is what's true and what's not.
All right. Thank you, Marshall, for another truth test.